anytime you can take a fast 16-yard hit, I think it's great. Again, thinking about the tone of the game. Is your team frazzled? Do you need to slow things down? Okay? You do not want to, like, we'll have been playing defense for 10 minutes. We're clearly have lost our composure. We've just taken 3 crappy 16-yard hits. We want to slow it down. We don't maybe want to self-start there or take the fast restart. Can one of your kids not hit the ball out of the backfield to save her life? Can she not carry the ball out of the backfield to save her life? Have a phenomenal left wing. Little, fast, can carry the ball. She cannot hit the ball. When we got against teams that forced her to hit the ball, we couldn't let her take the ball. We had to slow things down and make switches, okay? So recognize what's going to work and recognize, do you need to aerial? Have they packed the space and your left player can't aerial and your right player needs to jog over? We had a center mid that could hit the ball harder than anyone that I've ever seen hit the ball in Division 3. She came back and took some of those hits for us sometimes. So sometimes you need to slow it down and you don't want to self-start. You want to just let someone else come back and take it. Skill and confidence, again, put your most skilled players on the ball. Clock management, again, are you winning, are you losing? Are you getting ready to go to halftime? Should you slow things down? When you guys are when your team is taking a 16-yard hit, so Eileen is going to take a 16-yard hit for us. She needs to be deceptive, okay? I see this all the time when I watch high school games. I unfortunately see it a decent amount of times watching my own games from my own team. She is going to transfer the ball and this is how Eileen sets up. We're going that way, okay? Where's the ball coming? To me, so all the attack starts to shift over and that fast, sneaky attacker is creeping up, and she's going to intercept that ball. Get your players to be deceptive. Even if they can't, we work a lot on deceptive hitting and a deceptive sweeping, ball placement where you hit it. Even if they're not talented enough to do that, get them to step back off the ball. Eileen has just stepped back off the ball and she's open to the entire field. Okay? She is forcing the forwards to play her straight up as if she's going to hit the ball. Then when she's ready to transfer, she just pulls into her strong stick and she makes the transfer. Okay? But I see games all the time. Center back, the ball went out of bounds, and I'm standing like this. Okay? I'm clearly going to hit the ball to Eileen. Or they hit the ball in the middle. Don't do that, right? Keep the ball wide almost all the time, but be deceptive. Step back off the ball. Be open. I'm open, I'm scanning, I'm moving my feet, and then I give the ball to Eileen. Okay? Not letting people set up and play defense on me. We talk about possessing out of the backfield. Again, we're playing at a little higher level. I really don't love the hit and hope. Like, I don't love to just bash it upfield and hope for the best. There's a time and place for it. If you've got someone who can crack the ball and you need to do that, sometimes you need to do that. But again, keeping the ball out of the middle. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about that? So if your team has the ball. Yep. Yep. Austin. Yep. Do you plan to have 8 reps? Okay. So she's saying that what do you do when a team really packs in their offense into your defensive end and you cannot clear the ball? Do you have a kid that can aerial? Okay. So you can think about that. I think transferring is a great option. And so if Eileen has the ball, what's your first name? Allison, you just stand up. Pretend you have help. But if Allison is standing, come closer to me. If Allison is really cutting off the back pass to me, my kids still stand here, okay? I come back here, I shift around. There's always a way to break a press. And we talk to our players about this, like, be really active. Like, if your back 4 are really active, like, so maybe Eileen has to make a really short pass to me, and then I'm making a really long pass. But just get these people to move around to give her options, okay? If you have a kid that can crack it at them a couple times and try to get them to back up. If that's not working, have a kid that can aerial. They'll start to back up. Now you'll be able to carry. Like, if you keep changing what you're doing, get someone super confident on that ball. Okay? Maybe you do a give and go. Like maybe you bring someone over to help her. But I would just say there's always a way to break it, and you just got to get them to be calm enough to find it. But I think the biggest mistake I see is when people start trying to make it hard for us to transfer. Our ideal spot in the transfer is going to go from Eileen to here. And if you're picking that up, I just don't want to go out of my slot. Coach, this is where you told me to stand, right? I can come stand almost directly behind Eileen. It is not ideal, but Eileen gives me the ball, you chase to me. So Eileen gives me the ball, you chase to me, okay? Oops, sorry Eileen, I got papers in my hand. And then she goes the other way. And now they're going to change what they're doing. Make them get out of their comfort zone. Does that make sense? Does anybody else have any questions about when your team has the ball? Okay. When you are playing defense against a team that is self-starting against you, okay? I'm going to try to mount, I make everything super complicated and you'll see all my notes. We draw a field on the first day of practice for our team, and we talk about where we are forcing, okay? In our offensive end, our team, Montclair State's philosophy is to force everything to the middle, okay? We want to, even though if we're forcing some things to our backhand, we want to try to force the ball back into the middle because we're on attack and we're trying to score. When we get in our defensive end, we force everything wide, okay? Except down in the corner. Division III, not as many people have great backhand shots, so we do force the ball up. Division I coaches are thinking, you're crazy, you're going to get killed on that. It works for us, okay? We were giving up a lot of corners, forcing things, trying to force things low in end line. So we have a very small spot down there that we force upfield. It's not important. What is important is that your team knows when we are in this area on the field, I am forcing strong. Or when I am on this side of the field, I am forcing outside. Because that's critical in the self-start. So if Eileen has the ball, it's like I'm just drawn to that spot. So Eileen has the ball, and I foul, okay? That's actually more here, because this shows it the best. Two things. So Eileen has the ball, I need to know here, I want to force wide, okay? As my team philosophy. I'm outside the center, I'm outside the line of the roll cage, and I want to force to my strong stick, okay? So I need to know that, because my help is going to set up accordingly, okay? And I also, even if I'm not sure what to do, I have to only give Eileen one option, okay? So if I stand like this, what am I giving Eileen? Giving her both, okay? I'm really giving her my left foot, but I'm giving her both options. So I have to help myself by only giving her one option. Even if I make the wrong choice, at least only giving her one option, okay? I don't want to get ahead of myself. So I need to know which way to step back and force. Our team plays a really high pressure defense, so as soon as someone self-starts the ball, we pressure it again. So you need to know that. Are we inside the 25? I have to be really careful to make sure that I don't encroach on that 5 meters because it gets upgraded to a corner. Are we on the 25? Are we above or below the 25? Is it going to be a pass or can it be a hit? So I need to know all of these things because that's going to affect how I set up and play defense. But biggest thing is only giving Eileen one option. Okay, that's the thought process. Officials, is the official terrible? Do they keep saying you're not 5 and you're 12? Okay, step back even farther. Okay, if they're not making anybody get 5, step up and be 4. I know that's not an appropriate thing to say, but take what's being given. If they keep upgrading fouls, if they keep calling you for things, you have to adjust, okay? So from an execution standpoint, I foul Eileen, okay? I cannot complain. I cannot argue whether I hate the call or not, and you actually can complain. Just move while you're complaining, okay? So if I'm saying to the official, that was a terrible call, I'm getting back, I'm dropping back into the space. My players do this. Seriously, and then they come off and sit down because this girl just burned her, and now we're man down, and now they're going to be sitting on the bench. So I foul Eileen. I need to turn immediately and drop into the dangerous space. Now I know I want to force her wide, so I'm going to drop this way, okay? And the goal is there. So many times you are right-hand players. Let's really exaggerate it. I foul Eileen. I dropped back. I forced it one way. Okay? When all else fails and you're not sure what to do, get between the ball and the goal cage. Okay? So you foul, you're going to immediately turn and drop back, and you're going to play defense. You're going to force one way. If the ball goes out of bounds, so it's a long hit, it's whatever, you have slow ball people, but let's say the ball goes out of bounds at Bobby. We're all the way up here. I have a lot of players that are like, got all the time in the world, they're taking their time, ball comes to Bobby, and Bobby goes, and I'm not ready, okay? We talk to our players about, as soon as you know where that ball went out of bounds, get there, and then you can rest, okay? So, ball goes out of bounds, Bobby's running with the ball. I know where the ball's gonna come back in. I need to get there immediately, get in the space, then I can rest, okay? Then I can talk to my teammates about what we wanna do next. But find that dangerous space and get in it immediately, okay? And if teams are not doing that, like if your team is on offense, the defense is not setting, exploit them every single time, okay? If they're slow to set, take advantage of that. The closer you get to the goal cage, obviously the more important it is to know where the passing lane is, where you need to help, things like that. So there's got to be a lot of communication. If it's a situation and we're really close to the goal cage and Eileen has the ball, say I fouled her inside the hashes, okay? But maybe it was like honestly one step inside the hashes, so she only needs to make a 1 yard pullback, and I've got to get back here. If she attacks at me and I can't get out of the way, I need my defense communicating with me. I know I can't play that ball because as bad as it is for me to let Eileen walk in the circle, I also don't want to give up the corner. So I need people behind me saying, switch, switch. If they say switch, I know they're going to take ball and I'm going to drop off. And Ralph talked about language. We have a list of terms we use. We type up those terms, we tell everyone what they mean. That is the vocabulary we use. Because how many of you guys have younger players that are like, please step back, and I'm going to step up, and then we're all going to be on the same page. Like, it's as few words as possible. You want to give specific instructions. If I'm here, and Eileen fouls me, and she starts to go, I'm going to be saying help. Okay? I need help. Hopefully someone behind me has already got me covered, and she's saying drop. Okay? We need to be communicating about that, so we need to know about switches. My goalkeeper should be talking to me. She should be telling me where, just to remind me in case I'm that flighty kid that never knows where I'm supposed to be forcing the ball. My goalkeeper's telling me where to force the ball. Okay? She's telling me to force wide, she's telling me to force strong, whatever the case may be, but I'm listening to my goalkeeper. This is a tough week. How many of you guys, I know everybody who has questionable officials at times. If Eileen has the ball, I have to back up out of the line of the ball. Meaning, if I back up straight back, she can run right at me and redraw the foul. If I take a step to the side and get out of the way, I should not get called. But a lot of times she'll dribble right into me, and a bad official will call that on me. Okay? I stepped out of the line, I'm trying to get back, and she keeps attacking me. I just need to know, if that keeps happening to me, to get my hands up and just try to really show the best you can you're getting out of the way. And then you let your coach, you as a coach, speak to the officials at halftime and explain to them that they don't know the rules. I would never do that, just for the record. Super well behaved. The next thing we talk about is we play really high pressure defense. We want to be a presence on defense. As soon as someone self-starts, we step out and put pressure on them. Okay? Even if we're man down, I don't want to sit back and wait. It's giving the message that I'm scared. It's giving them time to scan. It's giving them time to find the pass. Obviously, I don't want to. How many saw Mary Beth the Ninja? I can't wait. How many saw Mary Beth the Ninja? Not Mary Beth, I'm sorry, Helen. Talking about the Ninja. I can't wait to use that with my team. She was saying, like, how many times do you guys go to block tackle and they're like, hi, yeah, and then they just get burned, right?
That's what I
The
watched.
Ninja.
It was funny.
You don't, if I'm numbers down, I can't be the Ninja, but I also don't want to be the kid that's like, who's going to beat me? So we're going to find that happy medium. I just want to reduce Eileen's options. And then the last thing, and this is higher level again, do they have an overly dangerous player? Sorry, I just talked about making sure I drop back into the line, the dangerous line. If they're left wing, right wing, sorry, Bobby is amazing. And every single time they keep giving Bobby the ball, maybe I am going to drop now to Bobby. Okay? We had 2 games this year.